Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day to each and everyone. Well, obviously this is our fifth lecture for ES17. So in this discussion, we will be talking about dams. But before anything else, again, this is why what I kept on telling you. Make sure to download the file that I have uploaded in our Edmodo classroom. At the same time, I highly encourage that you better print that file for you to easily cope up while I am discussing this lecture, okay? So first things first, to formally start this discussion, let me first give you the definition of dam in its general sense. So as you can see in your handouts, dams are structures that block the flow of the river, stream, or other waterway. Some dams divert the flow of river water into a pipeline, canal, or channel. Others raise the level of inland waterways to make them navigable by ships and barges. Dams also hold water for drinking and crop irrigation, as well as provide flood control. So in this definition, it is crystal clear, or it is some sort of self-explanatory, that dams are actually for irrigation and drinking water, for a flood control that blocks the flow of river, stream, and other waterway. At the same time, for navigation. And usually sa Philippines, we have seen lots of dams that serves as a water supply or for hydroelectric power. At the same time, it serves for a multi-purposes. That is what dams is being concerned of. So next, let's see these different types of dams. Well, I will not be elaborating more about these types of dams because yung concern lang natin dito is how to analyze problems concerning dams. So in your handouts, as you can see, or in this video, as you can see, there is this gravity dams, embankment dam, arc dam, at saka yung buttress dam. Yung sabi ko, I will not be discussing more about these types of dams because our concern here in this video is how to analyze problems involving dams. But in our analysis, we will be dealing more about the analysis of gravity dams, okay? So in this, in next page, please open the next page of your handout. Here is the analysis of gravity dam. So a dam is subject to hydrostatic forces due to water which is raised on its upstream side. So as you can see, as we all know, dams contain water, right? So in dams, of course, when there is water, there is also this pressure. So that pressure contains the hydrostatic force. So due to that hydrostatic force, water is being raised on its upstream side. As you can see in here, in this sample figure of a dam, this part, please see for this cursor, this part is the uplift pressure diagram. Okay? Yan yung tinutukoy dito na upstream, upstream side. So these forces cause the dam to slide horizontally. This one is the hydrostatic force. Tapos on its foundation and overturn it about its downstream edge or toe. So sa isang dam, may tinatawag tayong heel, at saka may tinatawag tayong toe. As you can see in here, when there is, so as you can see, may dalawang parts yung dam. Of course, it is the heel and the toe. As you can see in this figure, itong dito, please see for this cursor, itong heel na ito kung saan directed yung, what is this? Kung saan directed yung water supply at the same time, yung location ng water. On the other hand, yung toe nandito, dito sa opposite part. Okay? Please take note of these important parts ng dam because it serves, it plays a greater part or a greater role in the analysis of dam. So, these tendencies are resisted by friction on the base of the dam and gravitational forces which cause a moment opposite to the overturning moment. The dam may also be prevented from sliding by keying its base. So yun nga, yung sliding daw o yung pag-slide ng isang dam can be prevented by fixing the base from the ground. So please what is this? Refer to the figure that I have provided in page number 2 because that will play its part during the analysis of dam. As you can see, may F dito, may 1 meter, may 1 meter unit length, so on and so forth. But to furtherly understand, let's proceed to the steps of solution. So, with reference to figure 4, kaya nga sabi ko kanina, paki-verse this, always refer to this figure 4. Kasi yan yung gagamitin natin for the analysis. So, with reference to figure 4, for purpose of illustration, an assumption was made in the shape of the uplift pressure diagram. Take note, class, sometimes sa isang problem, kung may indicated doon na assuming na may uplift pressure diagram, meaning to say, you have to analyze the problem na mayroong uplift pressure. Pero kapag walang indicated na uplift pressure, assume natin or assume ninyo na walang uplift pressure, okay? So considering this part, considering na an assumption was made in the shape of the uplift pressure diagram. So, whenever you are analyzing a problem containing a dam analysis, the following steps must be followed. I mean, para mapadali yung solving ninyo, yung analysis ninyo, you can just easily follow these steps. So the first step would be consider a 1 unit, or that is 1 meter length of dam perpendicular to the sketch. As you can see in here, dito sa part na ito, whenever you are analyzing a problem containing a dam analysis, the very first step that you need to do, or yung first step na kailangan ninyong gawin is to assume to have a 1 meter strip or 1 unit length that is perpendicular to the dam. As you can see in here, dito, sa dam na ito, this is the side part of the dam. Tapos, kung iproproject natin yung face of the dam, ito siya. Itong 1 meter strip. So, yan yung first step. Next, determine all the forces acting. After you consider, you assume the 1 unit length of a dam that is perpendicular to the sketch, the next thing that you need to do is to determine all the forces acting. You need to determine the vertical forces. That includes the weight of the water, the weight of the concrete, and saka yung uplift pressure diagram. I mean, uplift forces. After you determine all the vertical forces, you then again have to determine the horizontal forces. Okay, let's go back sa vertical forces. Ito yung sabi ko kanina, yung weight of the dam, tapos weight of water in the upstream side. Take note, yung weight ng water na gina-consider dito is kung saan mayroong concrete na part. For example, this one, itong dito. This one, di ba may concrete dito? Since may concrete dito, at saka may tubig sa taas, yan lang yung weight ng water na i-consider natin. Pero question, sir, what if wala tong part na ito? Meaning to say, wala kang weight of water na i-consider. Gets? So next, balik tayo sa vertical forces. Yung vertical forces, kasali na doon yung weight of the dam. Next, weight of water in the upstream side, yung sabi ko kanina. Next is the weight of permanent structures of the dam. And third or fourth, the hydrostatic uplift. Yun yung sabi ko kanina. Kapag may indicated or kapag walang indicated na solve the hydrostatic uplift, meaning to say, you just have to simply presume na walang hydrostatic uplift yung dam na yun. So next, let's proceed to the hydrostatic or horizontal forces involving in a dam problem. So the first thing that you need to do is to determine the total hydrostatic force acting at the vertical projection of the submerged portion of the dam. So here, in this figure, sa figure number 4, in this part, you also need to analyze or you also need to determine the horizontal force acting on the face of the dam or the part of the dam in which it is submerged. Kung saan submerged lang. For example, this one. In this height edge, sa height edge na ito yung submerged na part. Since yan lang yung submerged na part, you have to analyze as well the hydrostatic force, the horizontal force in this submerged area. Next is the wind pressure if meron man. If may indicated sa problem, you have to solve the wind pressure. Pero kung walang indicating na wind pressure, you don't need to solve the wind pressure. At the same time, yung wave action, yung floating bodies, at saka yung earthquake load. Usually itong 4, this 2 to 5 is wala yan. Usually ito lang ginasolve na hydrostatic force. I mean horizontal force. The total hydrostatic force acting at the vertical projection of the submerged portion of the dam. After you solve both the vertical at saka yung horizontal forces, the next thing that you need to do is to solve for the reaction. Sa reactions, there contains the vertical reaction at the same time yung horizontal reaction. Sa vertical reaction, yan yung Ry. Sa Ry, or vertical reactions, dyan yung summation of all forces involving in vertical axis. Sa vertical axis, nandyan yung W1, yung weight 1, weight 2, weight 3, weight 4. Tapos, ima-minus mo yung uplift forces. Again, tingnan natin yung figure. Sa vertical reactions, nandyan yung weight 1 plus weight 2 plus weight 3 plus weight 4. Yan yung weight ng water. Tapos, if mayroong uplift pressure, ima-minus natin yung uplift force. Okay, gets? Again, minus yung uplift force. For example, itong U1 at saka yung U2. Ima-minus natin sa weight ng concrete at saka yung weight ng water. After you determine the total vertical reactions, the next thing that you need to do is to identify the horizontal reaction. Sa horizontal reaction, since usually ito lang involved, that is the hydrostatic force or the total hydrostatic force. This one, this part. So next, after you determine the reactions, both in vertical at horizontal, the next thing that you need to do is to solve the moment about the toe. Again, kaya nga sabi ko kanina, importante yung pag-identify or importante yung pag-identify kung saan yung toe at saka yung heel. Kasi, for example, in identifying the moment, always kang sa moment, the point of reference is always at the point of the toe. That is the toe. So, meaning to say, kung identify natin yung moment, yung reference point natin is yung toe. Okay? So, moment about the toe, sa moment about the toe, may dalawang parts. That is the righting moment at saka yung overturning moment. So, sa righting moment, it is the rotation towards the upstream side. So, righting moment, that includes the weights of the concrete at saka yung water. So, overturning moment, that is the rotation towards the downstream side. So, sa downstream sides, kasali na dyan yung hydrostatic force at the same time yung uplift forces. So, after you identify the moment about the toe, that is the time that you have to locate the Ry. That is the X bar. Ito yung formula, okay? So, I believe these all are the required steps and the formulas for solving or analyzing a dam problem. So, after this part is, I will be providing a sample problem involving a dam problem. So that would be all for the first part of this 5th lecture.